Hello, the Astroflower family. Welcome back to the Astroflower channel. This is going to be a general reading followed by a sign in clarification of a general reading for July. So if you're already part of the Astroflower family, welcome. We do appreciate your support. So that's the overall energy that's gone down. Ace of Swords. This goes in line with what's been going on with my energies in regards to my healing over the last sort of week. I've done 50 hours of healing over the last week. It's been amazing. A little bit drained, but it's okay. I've been channeling that energy all the time and it's been absolutely fantastic. Met some absolutely beautiful people down in Provence, and I do thank you for being there. I will be having some healing sessions in the UK. If you want to get involved in that, well, there will be a link some point in the description below. Let's get on to the general reading. So this is a general reading for what's going on for everybody in the human race, as it were, over the next month of July. And we're going to be tying it into the Astroflower. So we've got in the center here, we've got the Ace of Swords. It's going from a transition from fire energy, internal fire energy, to internal air energy. So we're moving from the passion of the instant, of the now, and moving into the calculative mental side of tomorrow. That's what seems to be happening. Let's just get an overall feeling of the general vibration, what's going on with the human race. If you've been watching the weeklies, if you're part of the Astroflower family already and you've been watching the weeklies, I've been talking about these waves that have been coming through, and there's different ones for fixed, mutables and cardinals, and we can see these waves, but because everybody's involved in this, it's almost like there's several waves going on at the same time. Okay, so it seems like choppy waters. Now, choppy waters, for anyone who sails or who knows anything about the sea, choppy waters are two things. Basically, it's about what you're sailing above, what the seabed's like. If it's very smooth, it tends to be very consistent. If it's very rocky underneath, you can get a lot of choppy waters, but also it's got to do with the wind as well. So, and the other thing we can notice coming through, which you might be able to see, which I will put here, yeah, is that earth that we can see that comes through in this section here, but it's also coming through in this section here, and it is playing into here, which is going to move across, and this earth as well is moving across. So it's giving a certain constructive logic to the future. Let's just see what's going on the overall energy. Cutting the chaff from the wheat, cutting out the fat, cutting out the cancer on life, because we're going through cancer season. But it is a little bit like that. So, and they're not massive operations here. There's a lot of small ones, and I think that's what that choppy water is all about. It's sort of saying here that it could be a collective thing. So we might all of a sudden realise that we don't actually need money to live. And we might just be able to get along. That could well be it. That's a massive realization in the human race. But it could be actually a realization of kind of going, maybe we need to reevaluate how we use the energy of the earth. That could well be it on that sort of scale of sort of petrol and electricity and everything like that. It could also be very simple things like sort of the way we treat our neighbours, the way we treat our community, our friends and our family. And develop that sort of side of life. So it could be these little things, but on a personal level, and this is where we're going to go into the readings of the individual signs at the end of this general reading. So if you're watching this on an Aries, it'd be for Aries at the end, you'll see. Yeah. So it could be on a personal level. There's another thing that's coming through as well, is with these victories, will make the masks drop. So this could be, as I say, on a collective level, but it also could be from people that are around you or situations that are around you. So it could be, say, like how a local business is really, not treating the local environment very well. And that may be that mask that falls down. that sort of thing. It's like, let's take an extreme example. We could say it's like a vegan restaurant serving beef. You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing, and people thinking, oh, it's a really nice restaurant and everything like that. It's really tasty, and I don't eat beef anyway, so I wouldn't know if beef is tasty. I haven't eaten it in 30 odd years. But anyway, yeah, so, it could be that sort of thing. So it's a mask coming down. So here we go. We got the relationship side, and then here we've got the financial sort of side. These are the karmic messages according to both sides, and this is the overall outcome for the month. So let's just go through here. Let's just get an overall reading. So it's a general sort of reading. I think on this side, certainly on the relationship side, let's just do the karmic message first. True value. That's what it seems to be. Aha. Okay, so stepping through a portal, celebration, a realization of what is real value. That is what is going to be happening. That's our understanding this month. That's what we got to understand this month. The true value of things. And this is on the relationship side. So it's a true value of those relationships that are around you. Let's just see how the universe is trying to sort of influence us. It's almost as if I think the universe is trying to make us understand that we're a planet that's attached to a sun, which is got lots of planets around it, so it acts like a cell, and that cell is in a bigger part of the body, could be like an organ, like the liver, whatever, and then that liver is obviously within a being, which we might call the big kahuna, or the big cheese, or dog in opposite. So, it depends what you call it, but I think it's a realization of being part of something that's much more putting us in balance and in harmony with the universe that is around us in an emotional sort of sense. This is looking up to be a really nice month actually for us, for everybody, as a collective sort of thing. It's really quite nice. So let's just see how it's almost like our ancestors are trying to sort of influence, like the human race that's been before us, that we've all been incarnated at some point in, how we're trying to advise our future self in a way. That's what it's trying to do on a physical sort of level within our relationships. Be active, be involved, be part of it. Don't be stuck. That's what they're trying to get us unstuck. Maybe they're trying to get us unstuck to, a system that is just sort of like, swallowing us up collectively. That could well be it. It could be getting us unstuck from a narrative that's being shoved down our throats. This could be on an individual level as much as on a global or national level. So that's what our ancient guides, our ancestors are trying to influence us as a going forward. Okay, on this side here, this is how our ancestors are trying to influence the here and now. So really getting involved in what they've put into place over those generations before us to get to this situation where we are living at the moment. Open up. Be open to relationships. Be open to the community. Be open to saying hello to your neighbour, asking them if they need anything, or asking them to help you with something. Open up, I think. Judgment. This is really nice as well. So this is all about sort of ascending to something far greater, which is a great possibility within the human race. We have that. If you go into, let's say, caves around the world and you see cave drawings, you're never going to see, not of my knowledge, someone might know, so if they do know, put them in the comments below. I'd like to see it. But you never see cave paintings of humans fighting humans. It didn't exist. Why didn't it exist? Maybe we didn't have the bear to poke or the man to make, the man to pay. That could well be it. So I think this is, the human race here, within regards to relationships and etc., has got a real opportunity to step out of that narrative or that paradigm that we've been in for years and generations and generations. And I think this is what the ancestors are trying to tell us as well. It ties in beautifully with those constant small victories and that new thing. And this is a real mental card. So this is pushing through to the future as we move into Leo by the end of the month, where we're going to get a lot more of that cardinal air coming in, which will be coming in right down this section here from Libra, which is this card here as well, which will be really influencing at the beginning of the month, the beginning of July. That's where the Libra energy is, and it moves over here. And as it moves over here, this is where we go through that portal now going forward. Let's just have a look what's going on the financial sort of side. Now, this is obviously very complicated for everybody. There's lots of things tied into it, various geopolitical sort of things, economical things, philosophical sort of things. But on an individual basis, we've all been through a tough time over the last sort of 2 or 3 years. And that may be weighing on us and sort of playing on our minds, as it were. Let's just see how the overall energy is going on for that. Let's see what's going on that side of things. I think this is more to do with the masks. As I said earlier on, the mask coming down. And it seems to be like history is going to bring down those masks. So all of a sudden, I think there's going to be maybe a case of realizations where we're going to realize, oh, what we've been told may not necessarily be the truth. I think that's going to be the case. That's what it looks like. So let's have a look what the karmic message is going on here. Accounts. Time to do the accounts. Time to draw the bottom line and see what's what. And that's what it seems to be. Sun, happiness, liberation. And that's what the bottom line's all about in the regards to finances. When you do your accounts and you draw that bottom line and then you say exactly how much money you've got, you can feel like let's say in your business or in your job or whatever, at the end of the month, you've got that money and you kind of think, yeah, I can now do things with it. And I think this is what this is realizing here. With the accounts, we can walk away from certain aspects and walk towards other aspects. And the Eight of Cups, she's walking away from that one cup and she's walking towards the sun. So I think this is what the karmic message is financially for us collectively. We've got to walk away from an old way of doing things, do the accounts, find out where all the money's gone and see who owes what and everything like that, and put everything squarely on the table so then we can all collectively move on and construct something a little bit more sort of solid and maybe even fair and and honest. Let's just see how the universe is guiding us here. It's like a wave. It's like a wave washing. It's like a tidal wave. It's like a tsunami, sort of saying, yeah, it's blowing out the cobwebs, all of that sort of thing. Oh, the Eight of Cups. I was just speaking to that. How mad is that? How mad is that? That's great. That is great. So she is walking away from that cup and she's walking towards the sun, which is over here. So, our karmic mission this month is really to sort of start enjoying the idea of our power of understanding and having control over our financial system and not allowing it to be governed by hissy fits around the world. This is our children's lives we're playing with here, people. And I think it's about time we grew up and started taking account for the situation. That's really good. So, the universe is, it's that wave. So let's just see what's going on the, how the ancestors are trying to, our past selves are trying to influence this moment on a physical sort of sense, with, on a physical sort of sense. Clean up your own backyard. I don't know if you know that Elvis Presley song. Clean up your backyard. Don't you try to... Anyway, not the rest of the words, but he talks about the idea of sort of make sure your own backyard is clean before you start complaining about the others. That's basically what it is. And it's sort of saying it's time to put to work clean up your own backyard. Being at one with who you are, I think, financially, being content with doing things. If you've got a company that is ruining people, animals, nature, then maybe it's a kind of sort of saying, okay, now I'm going to be with one with myself. I'm not going to go to that business. I'm not going to get involved in that business. We have a lot more control than we actually realise. Once we realise that whole sun, it's going to be brilliant. Let's just say you didn't agree with a political a company that does, let's say, I don't know, fast foods, which you normally go to, and you didn't like the way they did their policy. In that case, and the way they treat our children, and the way they treat our society, in that case, why don't you just go and buy some meat and start, or go and buy some vegetables and do your own veggie burgers or your meat burgers, whatever. I'm not going to ram anything down anybody's throat, but it's like that, and then that'll encourage that whole sort of community side of things. I think this is where, once we get together with ourselves and realise the power that we actually do have in our hands to take control of our financial situation on an individual level. Now that is really important. If you do it on an individual level, the collective will almost look out for itself. And I think this is the realisation, and this is maybe what we've got to walk away from. That whole idea that the collective is running the show or running us individually. I think this is going to be a bit of a light bulb moment for everybody. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that in a way of mental sort of stuff and thinking and etc. Because you know, we're going to be moving on at the end of the month. We're going to be moving on where we're going to have water and earth going through here. Oh no, it's going to be earth and water, sorry, going through here. And with that earth and water, it's a very, very productive time. So once this wave has come through from the universe to get rid of all the stuff that we don't need, or that is actually being detrimental to the idea of the evolution of the human, and we start living our better selves individually through the idea of this could be brilliant, this could be such a beautiful place. Once we do that, I think on this side here, I think it's going to be very productive. So let's just see what's going on here. It's working together. It's understanding that this world wasn't built by one person, okay? And I'm not talking about the planet, I'm talking about the human aspect of it, yeah? You need to work with other people, it's, you know. So, yeah, so stop fighting. It's gonna, you know, the Five of Wands can be all about sort of fighting and conflict, but here I think it's a case of the individuals we need to stop fighting, and as individuals we need to reach for our higher self. That's what we need to do within the financial world, and walk away from that lonesome cup that kept us hypnotized for so long, for generations and generations. And I think the old ancestors are coming in and wanting to actually do this. Let's see what the overall outcome is for July. Absolutely blinding reading. This is really reflecting on all those healings I did this week as well. Absolutely amazing. Anything is possible until you place it against reality. So I could build a mansion. I could build a massive house with a lake and everything like that. But do I have the resources to make that? Probably not. I definitely don't actually. But then therefore, automatically, the idea of building that mansion stays a bit of a dream, could well come true in time, but at this present time, in reality, it is not feasible. So basically, it's now getting on and doing things that are possible rather than trying to running around after butterflies or dreams that are not going to come true, that keep us distracted from life. Yeah. Being centered within us, knowing our place within reality. And yeah, there is people who are not going to like it to start with, but they will come round because they will see the benefits of it all. Once we as individuals start applying ourselves to this future, okay? And I really do think that July is a pivoting point. June has been really hectic. I don't know about you guys. It's been an amazing month. Really has been an amazing month. It's been an amazing year so far. But which we've done the readings on June as well, which you can see, and also for 2022, which you can see somewhere in the in our videos on our channel. If you're subscribed, obviously, you'd be easy to be able to find them, and that's one way of helping. Spread the message. Sharing this video on Facebook and stuff like that is helping you, actually. Is helping progress the collective, helping progress us as individuals to evolve and move on from what we've been living. So share this video far and wide, because this seems to be a really important message, and it's got to get out there. It's got to get out there for us. So we're going to be now pulling on your individual signs. And you will be getting 3 cards. How we interact with this whole message on the relationship side, on the financial side, and the overall energies. We're probably going to pull a card for the going future forward section as well. So so stay with us and for that. In the meantime, don't forget, please subscribe, click that bell. It really does help us out. Okay, so straight off the bat. Right, Cancer, let's just see what's going on for you in the month of July. And see what's going on here from the collective message. It's been quite interesting. I've been doing all the other signs, obviously, as we go through, and everyone seems to be having a particular type of role in this situation. We're obviously in your season, so happy birthday to you, Cancer, if it's your birthday. All the best wishes for you in July, especially, people are born on days like, I don't know, the 13th or whatever. Happy birthday to you all. Every single day of Cancer, whichever day, happy birthday to you. So every sign seems to have their own sort of like mission, as it were, for this month. It seems to be a real transitional month, as I say, sort of like masks falling and, wiping, getting rid of the old, in with the new, that sort of scenario. Let's just get an overall reading here of what's going on for you. As you're like the spark that lights the touch paper. Okay, that's what it seems to be. And it seems to be more on the relationship side. Maybe not. I think it's equal, maybe. But I think you're going to be very much in this here and now sort of thing. It will combine beautifully with the overall energy. And the overall energy is really pushing you forward. It's like the birth of something going on there. And as it breaks, as you go into Leo season at the end of July, it's as if you're really enjoying those waves of kind of those breaking waves and the energy from the ocean that you can feel. Let's see what it is like on a relationship sort of side. It seems to be here. It's sort of very encouraging, basically. It's almost as if like you're the sign that's sort of saying to the collective around you, and this could be with your relationship as on a personal sort of basis, as much as it could be with a collective like family, friends, community. It's sort of kind of going, come on, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that, come on, let's just try it. That sort of attitude that's going on. 5 of Pentacles. So if you're the first person turning around and sort of like, imagine you're sitting at a barbecue and no one knows what to do, and it's all sort of like, no one's really speaking, and then you turn around and kind of go, let me put on some music. And it's like, as if like, people are going to look at you kind of going, who are you? What are you? You're out, and you may feel like you're going to have to put yourself out there on a limb, in a way, in relationships, and just turn around and sort of say, No, if we're going to do this, let's do this. And it's because it's your season as well. Yeah, it's that rebirthing attitude, and as it's rebirthing, it's a new life. And you are provoking it basically within the world that is around you. You're helping people to get unstuck, to sort of stand up and kind of go, yeah, okay, well, let's just get up and start dancing. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. I think that's what's coming through. Let's just see how it does it on the financial sort of side. Okay, so clearing out that dead wood, that wave that's coming through that provides that space that the sort of Taurus does. Once that space is provided and that possibilities of tomorrow and the Geminis come through with their processing, it's almost as if like sort of kind of going, okay, well, let's get on that initiator of building that new togetherness. Very similar to this sort of side here, I think. But it's much more sort of concrete. Over here on this side, it's a bit of it could be down to financial loss and stuff like that. That's what the card sort of says. But here is a case of investing yourself physically in the emotions of the relationships that are around you. On this side here, it's almost kind of like saying, we have the foundations, let's start laying the bricks. And it's much more concrete over this sort of side, but very similar sort of message, as it were. The star. So let's start the dream. You know, she's providing water for both land and earth. This is really Cancer sign. This is what you do. This is what the crab does. The crab lives on the earth and in the water. And you're providing the possibilities not only for the refreshment of that pond, of renewing or refining, or not the refining, but purifying the waters within that pond. You're also providing the irrigation for the land of the seeds for tomorrow. And it's a transitional sort of thing. You're going to help with that transition, that initial start of putting those first bricks down as you go forward. Let's just see what the overall energy is playing in for you. Let's just see what's going on there. It's like you're open to everything. Anything is possible. You're willing to see or entertain any idea or any possibility. It's as these small victories come into place, it's going to make room and space for other things and give that clear thinking of tomorrow. And you're willing to entertain basically any idea. Page of Wands. Yeah, it's a learning process and being passionate about things. So as these new ideas come to the surface, you're going to be this month kind of going, yeah, okay, what's that? That's a great idea. Okay, well, let's try it. Yeah, fantastic. You know, and it's that enthusiasm that you give to the situation. Because we're going through your season, as I say, it's a rebirthing moment for you. I think this is the renewal of your passion for life and the humanity that is around you. So let's just see what the overall energy that is coming out of this. Building a bright new tomorrow, and you're going to be really positive about this, positive about the possibilities of tomorrow. Yeah, you seem to be almost like an architect in a way of how you're designing the society of the future. The new paradigm seems to be for you. Queen of Swords, pretty much what it is. Clear thinking, judgment of almost sort of saying this is good, this is not good. And I think this plays on from this whole passionate about things. When people come to you and sort of say, oh, what about we do this? And you kind of turn around and kind of go, yeah, great idea. That'd be absolutely brilliant. And as you do it, you kind of go, actually, no, it's a lot of rubbish. Nice idea, fun trying it, but not good. And another thing, you kind of go, yeah, okay, let's try that. Okay, oh, that's really good. In that case, we can develop it like that. It's like a developer in a way. It's having that vision, a clear vision for the future. That's what it seems to be. And that's your strength as well, Cancer. You have that capacity to prepare and position for future situations according to the world that is around us. And you will be that sort of that energy, that vibration that helps other people to sort of initiate and move on to a new paradigm. Really, really nice for you, sort of Cancer. Really lovely. You will have your readings coming out on Friday for the weeklies, and it'd be interesting to sort of see how this plays in, because I think you'll realise that within the Leo season, so that's in the last 2 weeks of July. So you'll be able to join this journey on the Astroflower. It's very simple. You will need to subscribe and click that bell, and you'll get notifications. We need all the help we can get. For some strange reason, YouTube doesn't want to help us at the moment. Strange, because I love YouTube. I think it's a great concept, and I really do like it as a platform. It's an absolutely beautiful platform, really. Can have a real beautiful position going forward. But they don't seem to want to help us at the moment. Don't know why. So any help you can give us will be brilliant. Sharing this video will be absolutely amazing. It's all part of being part of that new paradigm for tomorrow. Building a new future, not only for us as individuals, but for our kids and all future generations, and honouring the past generations as well. In the meantime, Cancer, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.